This is the burning issue on the happy world of 5FM radio, bringing you hot, smoldering topic on a weekly basis. Your participation is important.
We're back again, and thank you very much for joining us this morning and this week. It's a Tuesday edition of the burning issue here on the happy world of 5FM radio. We are live on 89.9 in Lusaka and the surrounding areas, and remember, we are also live on our online platforms, and we are grateful that you could find time to listen in, and you can watch our conversation here live on our Facebook page. That's 5FM Radio Zambia. And you can also follow our YouTube channel, which is 5FM Zambia. And remember, we are also live on our partner radio stations. Now, we are live on Tuta FM radio in Mansa on 90.7. And thank you very much to the people of Mansa for finding time to tune into this program on Tuta FM. We are also live Spice FM radio in Central Province, and that is in Kabwe on 91.1 FM. And thank you very much to the people of Kabwe and those of Central Province in general. We are live in Mazabuka, covering the rest of Southern Province on Wave FM radio. That is on and thank you very much to the people of Southern Province to tune into this particular edition of The Burning Issue. I'm your host, Zakaria Banda. Now, today my guest is Mr. Micheal Chuzu. He is the United Party for National Development, that is UPND, Special Assistant for Mobilization in the Office of the Secretary General. Mr. Chuzu, it's a pleasure to have you. Welcome back home. You've been here before. We've had interaction on this particular program. Good to have you back, and welcome.
Thank you very much, Zach, after a long time.
Indeed.
And I'm so excited and wonderful that we have to talk to Zambians. And particularly, this radio station carries a lot of information. And it is on this ground that we, the staff and everybody else here, we want to congratulate you. We have been with you through and through, and you have done your best. We congratulate you, and us as from the UPND Secretariat, we said, job well done.
And congratulations to you, because these are not small responsibilities that the party has given you, especially mobilization.
Exactly. It is, you can't sleep because the phones rings nearly every time, night, 7, at any time. I have to get a call from nearly every country. What is happening? Where are you? When are you coming? And so forth. The responsibility that the SG gave me is really hectic. And since I've been there, I know what it is. It's an easy thing to go by. But you must be yourself, know that you receive different types of people. Others come with the motions, others comes with the advice, others come in a way very destructive and so forth. But you have to be very cool, and it needs somebody, it needs decency in every angle as a human being.
Now, just a brief background about yourself for the sake of our listeners. What I know is that now this responsibility that has been given to you is at national level. But Mr. Micheal Chuzu is one person that I know that, first of all, it's very difficult for any political party to break through into Eastern Province, to get feet in Eastern Province. And time immemorial, when MMD came into power, UNIP was very difficult to unseat in Eastern Province. MMD became very difficult to unseat in the Eastern Province. And PF as well found it very difficult to get feet in the Eastern Province. And UPND, it was never easy, but we understand you were the man behind introducing UPND into Eastern Province. Tell us briefly about that.
Before I come to answer that, let me just clarify my position in the office of the Secretary General. You know, In our UPND, it is a party of discipline and decency. At national level, national management, NMC, the main big body of our party, has a chairman of mobilization.
Right.
And that chairman is Sylvia Marcel, is the chairman of mobilization at National Management Committee.
Right.
Then we have got our Honorable Romeo Kangombe, who is the deputy to Sylvia Marcel.
Right.
Now, if you know the two, the other one is the MP as well as the minister. Then we have got also Kangombe, who is also an MP. So when you look at this, a brother and a sister, their work is a little bit hectic. Then the ACG thought that I need somebody day and day out. I need daily a person to be with me. And he decided at least we can create a room for somebody to help these two. And that is my position.
And it
now.
had to be you.
And it is me
and
now.
it's because of your history.
And because
Share
of
with
my
us
history.
briefly
Yes.
about your history.
Yes, it is true. It is hectic. As you know, that Eastern Province was the stronghold of UNIP. And it was very difficult, even MMD, to penetrate in Eastern Province.
Right.
Therefore, even myself, I was recruited in the UNIP era by Lamek Mangani, who was also a UNIP member, to be in the to be a member of UNIP as a youth by then.
Right.
Now, from there, after some time, then in 1991, we saw the coming of MMD.
Right.
By then, I was working in the government. It wasn't easy for us to penetrate as a civil servant, to be to come up with MMD. We lost jobs, and there after that, I became as a businessman. I was running a drugstore called the Kadamsana drugstore in Eastern Province, which was based at Kapata Market. Then from there, I stayed for some time, observing how the politics were, until 1998, on 27th of December, when I got a call from a lady who was working in Eastern Province. He said, Chuzu, I have got an uncle who has just put up a party, and I want somebody who can plant this thing. Are you able? I said, yes. So I went there. She talked to me. Later on, she disclosed about Mazoka. I was working for Zambia Railways and so forth, Anglo-American. That's this person now. At one time, he wanted to stand in Baulen as a councillor, but suddenly Satan refined his position. He wanted to be a councillor. He won. But later on, he felt he is not wanted in the MMD. So he has made up his own party. That is a United Party for National Development. But we are failing how we can go about in Eastern Province. I said, okay, let me look around. Then good enough. There was one councillor in Kapata Ward who happened to be Robert Mkandawire. I went to talk to Robert Mkandawire. After talking to Robert Mkandawire, I was sure, but I am a councillor. I said, no, my friend. This is what somebody has told me. We can go to that person. Then later on, also, little did I know, Maxwell Umare, he was also in UNIP. And at the same time, somebody also talked to Maxwell Umare. He said, I've heard about Mazoka and so forth. So with three of us, the fourth one was Isaac Mtolo, the elder brother of Ruben Mtolo.
Right.
So from there now we made a team. We sent Robert Mkandawire to come and meet Mazoka. Then from there I met, he was the person who carried the cards for UPND. And from there, Bwana, the idea, what we were doing was mainly to penetrate in the UNIP as UNIP members as well as MMD members. Then later, to mobilize. And from there, we were very successful. Until now, we stabilized. We looked at we looked at certain districts which were very difficult to penetrate. Of course, it was. Vubi was very good for us. Chadiza was very good for us. Katete was very good. And Nyimba, part of the Nyimba, in some places. They were able, but we couldn't well penetrate in Petauke, Lundazi, and probably Chipata was a little bit divided. So that's the way how we planted the part. Little did I know that God was with us until where we are now. And we had our first councillor in Nyimba.
When was that?
That was in 20, I think 2001, if not 2021.
Right.
So we had our first councillor in there. So that's the way how we made ourselves strong. And that's where now we are. That's a history, how I came up and where it is now. Yes, I passed it through hard and hard.
Do you know how many MPs now you have under UPND?
Yes, we in Eastern Province.
Yes.
We have got 2.
Right.
We have got.
That's not good enough.
It isn't. But as we are trying to do, as you know, the history of Eastern Province. Yeah. But now we are settled. We expect more in 2026. Now I can rest assure you. Yes.
You've lost one. You lost an election while you were in government in Eastern Province. How did you take that?
In Eastern Province, we had 2 dimensions, particularly for in Eastern Province, that how do we manage to make Hakainde win in Eastern Province? We saw it that if we are going to carry 2 things, we are not going to win ourselves. So we sat it down technically. We said, no, I think there must be a group where they are going to campaign for MPs. Then there must be a group which should only campaign for Hakainde Hichilema, HH, our president. I was one of those in Eastern Province who was in charge mainly to campaign for Hakainde Hichilema. And our target at that time, we were saying, let us target about 39%. If Hakainde gets 39% in Eastern Province, we are done. But good enough, we went further. And I want to thank my president, Hakainde Hichilema. That man is very intelligent, very, very intelligent. We manage now, we said, okay, this is the way. By the way, in some certain areas, we found it very easy. And I want to congratulate people in Eastern Province for understanding, even the chiefs, the Indunas and the rest, they did understand the way how we are spreading and the way we are talking to them. So my brother, I'm happy to mention to you that the target which we had is 39.5 that we were targeting, because truly managing 39%, because we used to get about 15-20%, but our target was 39.5%. But now, good enough, we went and we flat out. By the way, I'm happy to mention to you, we managed to get for Hakainde 49.3%, more than what we expected. And even the PF didn't believe that Hakainde can get 49.3%. You can imagine, it was a tough time that, okay, the rest of the other things, no, but we have to target for the president itself. And we managed. I want to thank the people of Vubwi. Vubwi was the best of HH. And I even now as I'm talking, people of Vubwi and Chadiza, they still want to go and see HH in Chadiza and in Vubwi. Chipata was second. Then we went to Mambwe, where we have got an MP. That was also very, very exciting. Katete, it was Nsinda, where Levi Ngoma comes on. It was fantastic. So you can imagine the way we spread ourselves, even in Undazi, where we lost. You can imagine in Chadiza, we lost an MP with only 3 votes. And do you know where we lost those votes? It was in prison. In prison itself, Chadiza prison, only 3 with the candidate who is there now for PF. So which means now, and in Chadiza, we are controlling the whole council. That's how good it is. So you can see the fire which was in Chadiza and other places. So now I can safely say, for me, HH is mine. For me, If you want to talk something wrong about HH in front of me, you are going to have a rude shock, and I will not spare you in any way. My blood here is UPND and HH.
Let's see.
In me.
Yeah. Now that you are Special Assistant for Mobilization in the Office of the Secretary General, on top of your head, you know that the UPND came into power with a 2.8 million vote.
And we had to go congratulate Zambians.
2.8 million voters casted in favor of the UPND. Others are saying this was a protest vote against the Patriotic Front because whatever they were doing was unbearable to the citizens, and they decided they were going to vote for UPND. 2.8 million voters trusted UPND. In 5 years' time, these 2.8 million voters expect to vote the same way. You expect to keep them. Most likely, you expect to get more than this.
I'm a politician. Being a politician.
How do you intend to keep the 2.8 million voters, and probably also get even more than this?
Listen, I'm a politician, very mature politician. What we have to do is, in 2021, what was the population of Zambia? That is the first you have to base there. In 2021, what was the population of Zambia? Then in 2026, what will be the population of Zambia? So for us, we are not, as a mobilization person, I'm not looking at the 2.8 now. That one is gone. It wasn't a protest, Bwana. In Zambia, when MMD was removing UNIP, did they say it was a protest?
Practically, yes.
In 2011, did they say Zambia it was a protest?
Yes, it was.
Why should you tell Zambians it was a protest? You tell me
when they are fed up with how you are managing
it's
things?
Not fed up. Zambians, they do. Never you be mistaken that a Zambian cannot think wisely. Ourselves as UPND, we have been in opposition for 23 years. 23 years. Losing elections. In MMD, we lost elections. In MMD, in PF, we lost elections. At that time, did you talk about the protests and other things? No. There is no any party in Zambia which has stayed longer into opposition. So these things, people, they wanted to understand. And even now, as we are talking now, Zambians, they have come to understand what UPND, New Dawn government. By the way, some people, they just say, New Dawn. No. It is UPND, New Dawn government. It is the UPND which has made the New Dawn itself to the people of Zambia. And it is the government which is governing now as a UPND. That's the way how you journalists, you should be writing. No, New Dawn. To us as a mobilization, we are saying, please, Zambians, say UPND, New Dawn government. That's the way we should go about. So to answer your question, it wasn't a protest.
Would you agree it was a change? They wanted change?
Yes. Zambians, they always give a change at the right time. Zambians, don't underrate them. And we as UPND, we shall never underrate Zambians. Whoever, a politician, you think you want to underrate Zambians, you never. But you must learn to listen. I want to tell you, it's good ourselves as UPND. Within 2 years, Zambians are telling us the truth, what they are seeing and what in front of our faces. They are saying this and this. We are able to listen. Ndife vantu akumva. Chimene mungatiuze vantu mazambians. We, Hakainde Hichilema, is a listening president. We hear me. As you know, when you're a mobilization person, you must go in the compound, move around, hear what people are saying. Go in a minibus.
Do you?
Yes, I do. That's my job.
What are people saying?
No, what people are saying,
Mm.
they will tell you things are not good. As a politician, you ask, what is it that is not good? They will tell you. A mature politician like me and Hakainde, my president, he has been saying, yes, I do understand what you are telling me. For us as UPND in government, if we don't listen to what the people are telling us, then we are not going to fail to govern this country.
I want to hear the specifics, or when you say you go out there on the ground, on the compounds, and you get the message and they are saying things are not okay. What exactly is not okay? What is it that they are telling you, the people of Zambia are telling you that is not okay?
You see, my president has acknowledged that people are saying things are not okay.
The cost of living is
Yes,
high.
that's what they have been saying.
Millimil is too expensive.
It's not what my president was trying to caution
Right.
on that. He said, yes, even he went in the shop right here at the town center. By the way, my president does move incognito. He sees things you cannot. That man at the State House, Bwana, you cannot cheat him. You can't. Don't you tell him about Mandevu. This is the president who has moved in each and every constituency in Zambia and the district. There's been no president who has ever moved the way Hakainde has moved. I've moved with him myself. We have slept in a classroom. We have slept in a vehicle. That man is now in the State House. So when he hears, he knows what it is. Now, when you go in Rui constituency, at the border of Angola, Hakainde knows. When you go to Kambombo in Ichama, Hakainde knows. When you go to Shangombo, he knows what it is. So for you to go and tell him the way how people are living in Shangombo, in Ichama, in Rui constituency, you are just wasting your time, because this is the man he has been there. And what the people are telling, what the people are talking about, he's aware. And even us in the party, he said, we must. That's why. Do you know what he did after listening that? He sat down. And when he sat down, he said, this year, farmers, I am going to give them 280. 280 per bag, 25 kg. 208. It has never happened. Why? Now, as I'm talking, a farmer is celebrating. That's the thinking. Right up now, my president has taken measures for Miumi. He has asked the Zambia National Service to do those things. And we have done that. Now, our colleagues in the opposition, the voice of Miu, it has reduced, because people are seeing the way we are doing. So exactly the way how you have phrased your question, that there's these things that sometimes the people do complain. Me, I go into compounds, I go into minibuses, I go on, sometimes I just walk and hear what the people are talking about. Some musicians, they sing through their singing. I listen on radio, anything, I listen. So a good politician must be able to listen to the Zambians, what they are saying.
I know for sure that, like you said, you listen, because obviously you go out there and seek for this information. And I must tell you also, as a media house, we have ears on the ground. We carry out assessments on how people see the UPND in government. And I'll be very open with you.
Please be open. That's the way how we should share.
The general understanding, the general expectation of the of the people in as far as the UPND government is concerned, is that with the caliber of the president that was voted in, we are definitely not going to see certain things that used to happen in the previous regime happen under this government. So I'll give you an example. And I'll give you a very recent incident of Sean Tembo. These are things that used to happen to the president, then in opposition. Okay, he complained about this. We saw videos about his house being broken into in an attempt to arrest him. And the same is happening to opposition leaders such as Sean Tembo. And the people are asking questions. Is really Sean Tembo such a threat to this government that they would let the police do that? So they're basically saying, why are we seeing things that the UPND condemned about the previous regime? Why are we still seeing these things under his leadership? And people seem to be saying, we didn't expect that HH would tolerate these things that used to happen to him when he is in power. So they feel that you are the same.
Let me tell you.
The general feeling is that you are the same. Nothing has changed.
Ndale ya Shoni Tembo ni ndale ya matika. Nibweleza hapo. Ndale ya Shoni Tembo ni ya matika. This is the Shoni Tembo at one time he was badly beaten by the PF and taken on a wheelchair. I have got something in my phone here.
I remember that.
Taken to the hospital and saying, look, there was nothing that I did wrong apart from just walking and just demonstrating. He was badly beaten, taken to the UTH, he treated. He never even, what he has done now, he never did the same at that time, taking the PF to International Court of Justice. But this time, Shoni Tembo has written a letter. He hasn't been beaten. He hasn't been done. Shoni Tembo, if you don't know, please, you journalist, analyze things properly. You are saying inoziko ni achi Kristo, Christian Neso. Mkotu kwana ashoni Tembo mkuti apolisi mwawela kuno kuti mkona va mkati la vina ukamba pa mpepo kuti wantu wamvwe. Weo Shoni Tembo ukamba utukwa na presidenti waziko ina akahinde hichilema my president. And you have mentioned here 2.8 people voted for Hakainde Hichilema.
For change.
For a change. And you go, all these people who have voted for Hakainde, you go and insult Hakainde. And you know what insulting a president, ukatuwa na president ni mulandu. Mweo, olone nilipano, nalini, mwenchokela hapo, aedi garungu, nilio watu kwa neko. Mwechokela hapo, arupia banda, nilio watu kwa neko. Chawela chinji ndale yotiani, ya kuti Ashoni Tembo, uko pangazina, kutu pangezina, ziko, likumve imwe chifundo kwa weo, mlandu utukwa na matusi. Ndale ya matika, ndale ipa, very bad politician. And at the same time, a police, a police, I've got it with something in written here. A police ewauja Ashoni Tembo werani kuno kuofesi 4 times Ashoni Tembo obisama. Werani kuno Ashoni Tembo obisama. Werani kuno Ashoni Tembo obisama. Mwe munuja kutinga tufuna kutumkosha. A police ochita chinji ngati umuntu okuita. We ukuyalini abanda ochita chinji a police.
They come for you.
Now, when our police goes there and look for Shoni Tembo was insulting my president, ichi muntu nchopusa chichokela kwazi gome chozelezeka. Alili niwala ungosoka lini ula muntu mkomo onesho lokamba.
But that means no. But that means he too may feel insulted by you.
Nene politician.
I know.
Ngati ye vatu a president wangu angamtukwa nili kuma nene ngamtukwa. Ne wandale ne. Because there's no way. Olomweo think abanda ausiwanu muna omnganda ekubarani mwe omsungani leta woni muntu myakina wera okutukwanena na usiwanu. He insult your father. And you are saying, oh no, na to put in a politician shown. No man, no
but
man.
You can't
no
call
man.
him, you can't call him that. No, you can't call him mad.
You
can't call him mad.
Let me say
that's attacking his persona.
Me, I'm a politician.
I know, but that does not give you a right to attack him as a person.
Listen, a president wangu angamuya nkilini. Neo nchito yangu neo as a politician. Ukayambana na atata ndio tuwa maneo. Atata ni wauje ngalani hapo ekani ni vine na yeyo muntu. That's what my job is.
There is a feeling that the general feeling now in the public domain is that you have a hand in the wrangles that are happening in the Patriotic Front. And the hand that you have is that you've decided to give heavy protection on Mao's Sampa, such that even the secretariat must not be accessed by any other person other than Mao's Sampa. And the government has provided security around that secretariat. Evidently so, they are saying this is more than evidence that the UPND government has a hand in this. How do you protect this notion which is in public domain now?
Seo kwaso nene mgoni baba. Seo tango litukambati muntu olila omkatalini kukamwa ololila akozo tukwa na munzi wonse muntu olila. You can insult the whole village, but the people do say aya imuleke afuzile mwameno mumkulira imwe. You must know the history. Why do Zambians forget our politics in Zambia? Ni chinji cheze chitika mu MMD. Mwaona vuto ya mene munu yake ni mtu muone mwetu mkoona. Amboma ni Lusambo. Ochoka kwenze na vuto imozi na imozi. Anakachinda.
I would want you to use more of English, because obviously we've got a lot of people that are listening from different provinces that may not really understand our Ngoni.
When you go to South Africa, a South African will speak English and is Shona and even
I have no problem with that.
There's no, just the same here. If a Bemba man comes here, he talks and he mixed Chizungu, his language, then people will still understand. But yes, I do understand.
Yeah, please.
Now, what it is, my brother, is one day I was with the late President Sata. When we went to Lundazi, we were burying Henry Mtonga. Henry Mtonga was an MP for Kanyama. So when we went to the funeral there, they went there with Willing Sander. May his soul rest also in peace. So when we went to the graveyard, myself, I was putting on a chitenge, I was putting on a t-shirt where there was a portrait of my late president, who happened to be Anderson Kambira Mazoka. So as we mingled, I took the shovel. I wanted just to put in my stage, quick more dot mumanda. Do you know what? So Sata saw the picture of Anderson Mazoka. He used the word that I want you to know. Sata used to use words that is sometimes you should understand. He used the English, then later on translated it in Bemba. He said, "Orifices, they don't smell. Orifices, they don't smell." In our language, he was referring that to my president. That why Chuzu are you wearing that t-shirt, Pari Anderson Mazoka? That was Sata saying it to me in Lundazi when we were burying Henry Mtonga. Now, the coming back of Alungu and the cry of the cry of PF that we are got a hand on it.
So you're using those words
I'm
that Sata
using the
used.
same word. I'm translating in Nyanja now. Anati. Pachingoni tukamba tu ulongwe wakale ununkalini. Ulongwe wakale ununkalini.
Is that you daring his comeback?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not daring. That's what I am trying to explain to the PF. Never even come nearer to say, what is it that we are going to do? What is it that we can get? When we go by election, when we go to the by-election, any by-election that we have taken about, PF doesn't even come second. The party which comes second when we go to the by-election is Socialist Party. Sometimes in some certain areas, PF get 0. I'm done. So what will make us not sleeping when the last Akachinda, then Bomani Lusambo should tell the people they found in PF the truth, what happened in the MMD between Nevers Mumba and Mtati. How many times they entered the court? What we are seeing now, that was used to happen. And those people who are doing that, they are engineering those things. That game, if you don't know, is between PF and MMD. PF, that's what is happening there. And those people who are engineering, you don't know. I want to tell you the truth.
And the allegations that you are funding.
No, where are we? If my president, and even you heard the spokesman, our party spokesman as well, government spokesman, Muetwa, said UPND has got no package for its members. Now, if that is our stand, how can we have a package for Micheal Sampa, PF? Our own members are saying, our own, we said, no, we don't have this. And we should waste money, we should waste our effort with Micheal Sampa. No. There is nothing. And don't dare, Luvinda and Nakachinda, please don't dare to put my president in those dirty things of yours. Nimatika. And by the way, has PF got membership? PF has got no membership, Bwana. That is what their constitution says. Anyone, you can go to Mandevu, pick everyone in the market, they will go to the convention. They can pick people in Chiworia. They can pick people. They don't have membership. So when these things are happening with what Micheal Sampa is doing and other things that are doing completely, even if now you are talking about I want to give you some other things. Is this how many presidential members who paid him 200? How many?
8.
There are 8. Is Edgar Lungu there? Is Edgar Lungu there among the 8? No. Has Edgar Lungu paid 200,000?
He's not an aspiring candidate.
No, I'm telling you. That's what you are saying. Now, even if
he's according to his word. According to his word is that he has to come back.
I want to finish.
His coming back is not to come and be president, but he is coming to rescue.
What is he?
Party.
No, he cannot rescue as an individual. What has he come there for? As what?
To help rescue his party.
First of all, I want you to ask, as what?
As an active politician.
Just. He has to take almost, go and read their constitution.
Do you have problems with that announcement?
Nothing at all. To us now, the way it has just become as an ordinary member of PF, the word which is there in politics, we are going to regard as a former president. By the way, listen, very careful. As I am talking now, Edgar Lungu hasn't yet written a letter to the government or to cabinet that myself now I have gone to politics. It was verbally. As we are talking now, Edgar Lungu enjoys the security men there. Even if now you go there, you find them, they're still there.
Well, he said he moved already.
No. When he went to the what? When he went to
yesterday, he said it himself.
Yeah,
he didn't even spend the night in that house.
It was himself, but we had known where he had gone because the police, that is their duty. They were there. Even the time when he went to the secretariat, the security were with him. They never chased them because even as we are talking, that is verbally bwana. Even now as I'm talking to you, Mark, if this month ends, he's going to get his due, half of his salary to the incumbent president. You get it? Because the government hasn't yet established until that format is done. Then it's okay. So for me, I don't want to cheat you. As far as we are concerned as UPND, Eddie Garungu, that one was verbal. He is going to write again. When that letter is going to be received, the cabinet and the government will come and inform the nation officially. So for us, we are saying, Azu, Arungu Marume, yani vanu hivyo, mkalinavu, asirikali ni wanu, ndalama mkola ndila. All those 3 vehicles, which are meant for him, are his.
You know, yesterday he passed a comment that Twala Bachitakantuva UPND. Did you hear that?
Nimao.
No, did you hear that?
Nimao. Even muliye kumve kuti aluvinde nzoka mboti mwa 2021 after 21 election muzabwera pono mukanyala after election mwanyala. That's what he was saying. The problem of PF, they don't want to listen to what the people tells them. I always gave them an example that in 2016 you brought in you want to change the memorandum. You wanted to change the constitution. You brought the memorandum, isn't it?
It was the Bill 10. Yeah.
No, in 2016.
Yes.
They brought it. They wanted to change something. Zambians refused. They wanted also to bring Bill 10. Zambians refused. They didn't listen. And then even now, Alungo Wauja, Vajavan, those people who went, even Alungu, when I consulted, do you know that before that, Eddie Garungu went to church, a certain church. You saw it, isn't it? He went to church, and the pastor, he asked Alungu to stand on the middle of the church. The church was full capacity. And he said, I don't have a grudge to anyone else. And if ever there is even bad alterations, what and that, I will never do that. What happened to that graveyard? And what happened yesterday was talking about. Is this person, can he say, is he saying the truth? What he said in that church and what is he saying in that graveyard? Well, kumanda, skokambira vintu kuti vantu amkhulupirireni vantu amvwereni chifundo. Kula kwezofanika kulira. That's the problem of PF. Mwe mwayolira mwana. Mwaruta kuti kula kuchitike mapemphero, mukambeza muntu mmene anakusungirani, kwamene kwara mpena muchitako masaini. Kwamene kula mukambira po, kumanda vasata. Koma ni PF zoona mwe? No man. What PF? If this is the way, if there are elders, when you see the surrounding of people, the people who are surrounded there, those who are surrounded, those closer, go and just analyze all of those. Analyze them.
There's an appeal by some citizens that this should not sway the UPND from delivering.
Yes, and we want to assure Zambians that we are, in fact, I have to emphasize.
But do you feel these developments, in as far as the opposition is concerned, will affect your delivery?
Nothing. Are we dealing with them? Are we dealing with them? We have got ministers, Bwana, who are going to implement. What has got minister going to do with the PF? The argument which is their own house. What ourselves, we have got an agreement from that time when in August Zambians voted for us. The agreement that we made is between UPND and the Zambians, not PF. We have got nothing to do with the PF, Bwana. I want to emphasize, tulala bwino seo, tungala bwino seo, and at the same time, my president, day out, day in, is making sure that he has to work for the betterment of.
I'm glad you've brought the issue that you as a party and the Zambian people made an agreement in 2021,
yes.
August 2021.
Yes.
And the agreement were on terms.
Yes.
On terms that you will lower the price of meal, you will lower the price of fuel, and you will definitely reduce the...
It's not, please.
No, I know.
Yes.
That is the agreement.
Listen.
It's because you've refused that the vote was not a protest vote. So I will take it that they voted because of your promise, right? If it wasn't a protest vote against PF, which you have refused, it wasn't a protest vote against PF, then it means it was based on terms and conditions of the contract, based on the fact that you promised to lower the prices of major commodities mentioned, fuel, and of course meal, and of course reduce the kwacha against the dollar.
Listen, you are too good, Wajaki. I think this radio station has made you more and more mature. The people that you have brought here, and I want to thank you. And you have brought one of the person that can understand you as well.
Right.
Now, listen, it is not about only meal that we promise to Zambians. I'll tell you what we promised. I've brought my manifesto. We did promise Zambians that as we come into government, we are going to introduce free education. Bwana,
right.
Abanda. Sitinachite. Haven't we done? I want you so that we exchange. You said yes or no. Yes, I brought something that you should understand. In our manifesto, we said we are going to introduce free education. Didn't we say that?
You did.
Haven't we done that?
Yes, you have.
That is the commitment we made with Zambians. Zambians, they are marking. The second thing I want to tell you is that we said we are going to employ Zambians. Haven't we employed the teachers, nurses, soldiers, Zambia National Service? Haven't we done that?
Yes, you have.
Is that not a plus to us? That's what we
I'll
promised.
give it to you. I'll give you
yes.
what you deserve.
Another thing, Bwana. We promise that as we come into government, we are going to stop cadarism. Haven't we done that?
Maybe not 100%.
No, we said we are going to stop this nuisance. Haven't we done that?
You're almost there.
That is what we promised the Zambians. Not only that, Bwana, looking at the way how this what we call CDF, constituency development, by the time when we are coming into power, we were seeing most of the money, they were just eaten here in Lusaka. My president Hakainde Hichilema, the chief commander in charge of Zambia, he introduced CDF from 1.6 to 28.3. Right up now, kamwana katondo, kanzeru, Hakainde Hichilema, 30.6 million. Sinakonze, Stinachite.
Yes, you have.
We said ourselves when we come into power, Bwana, we are going to stop what we call death sentence. Haven't we done that? Haven't we done that?
Yes, you have.
We said when we come into power, wana school, pa every round, University of Zambia, tika weje malawances wanu tika mpaseni. Haven't we done that? That's what we promised in my what? Huh? And within the short period of time, they used to say, no, when you do this, you are going to be removed in the power. We have removed the street vendors now in Osaka. Bwana, haven't we done that? Not only that, sir. That's what we promised Zambians. Not only that, we said partial withdrawal by NAPSA. Muntu pakine enzoganiza lini kuti ndalama zake zesebenzera ngalieko akaliokufa. We said mungarute kutolako ndalama zake. Bwana, those retirees at that time, we paid them. Tanzara. And then we paid them. This is a government, it's a government which is working, one. And I can go on and on. The only issue, my friend, which you are talking about, even now, there are some certain things that we are trying to put in place. Because in 2 years' time, this is what we have. 2 years, we have got for 3 years to go. We have done that within 2 years, Jack, mwana wa banda. Zaki mwana wa banda. Hivi, ko mwana wa muyanu ngatachita hivi. Ungaleke muombera ko manja. Ungaleke muombera mutachita. Ngani lomba, hivi pa hivi vose vitachita.
Njala.
Vitachita vonse.
Njala.
Vose, lomba, politiciani, mwena neo tuchokera kumawa. Mwimvapu kuti gwangwangwa, njala ya gwangwangwa. Avomelani kuti vantu vavwe. Mwimvapu njala ya gwangwangwa.
Yes, I have.
So what we have said now, my president has said, the only way we can stop this, even tomorrow, njala, tieni tirime. Zambians are the most hardworking people. And the Zambians, once you tell them, let us move these directions, they will move. I want to assure you, right up now, fertilizer, we have already distributed to the farmers. Which means even if the rain comes, we are likely to go and use. My president has even appealed to the Zambians. If you have got a small yard, please only plant, if you can harvest, only 2 bags or 3, which means it can take you long. You will never even go to ShopRite or Choppies or any other shops because you'll be able to sustain yourself. So all what we are trying to say is we have an obligation, we have signed an agreement with the Zambians that we have to change the lives of people. But we are going smart, stage by stage. As you know, life has got a sequence. You can't be 10 years today, tomorrow 44 years. 10, 11, 12, mpaka ukula. So in short, what we are saying is the agreement that we made with Zambians, we didn't make an agreement with the PF, despite that in the PF there are also Zambians. But as a party, but us, we are saying Zambians. So because of that, we are committed to change this country for the better. And we are. So the story of saying, no, kuwera kwa rungu or PF, Abdallah, more is to come.
But
I
Mr.
want to
Chuzu,
finish.
yes.
I want to finish with this because you have asked me this question.
I know. And I know that on the promises that you have outlined and you've asked me to tick if really you have delivered.
Yes.
Which I have, with all due respect, agreed.
Yes, very good.
But there are some promises.
Yes.
That are very crucial to mankind.
Yes.
Because and when we talk fuel,
yes,
it's because it's got to do with a lot of things. Fuel is It's once it's expensive, everything else is expensive.
Yes.
And this has been the big cry.
Tuziva.
And I know that there are even certain people who are saying, look, even if CDF had not been increased, but fuel had been reduced, people would still not mind about CDF has been delayed to be released or anything. But it is the priority list that people are looking at.
Yes.
And these things, it's because also the president was very loud about them. How he was going to reduce the cost of the price of fuel,
Yes.
how he was going to reduce the price of
Yes.
mealie meal, how he was going to reduce the price of fertilizer. All these were very critical, and he was loud. And this is the reason why Zambians are so, despite all the things that you've mentioned having been delivered, Zambians are still talking about these other things that I'm mentioning.
Abanda.
They are crucial.
Very crucial. I totally agree with you, Abanda. But vyakini tiendi tukovya ko hivi vintu vachokera kuni ko tikakamba fuel uchokera kuni kwa mene. You see where we are getting these things ko ni chinji kwao kuvuchitika tukamba sikuli nkondo Abanda, sikuli nkondo kuyukeni, sikuli nkondo naraji sinde kuvuchokera vila vintu lomba ngati kuli nkondo kula kundu kuvuchokera vila vintu phela seo tingaleke kuvutika. Seo pachingondi kote kukamba kuti mavuto amzako ni wako vuto yalakwala kula na yatikwera na seo. It is all with us, and these are the things we must learn to accept. We came at a time when there was even the war started there, as we are also have promised to the Zambian people. Vuto yatipesa. It's just the same like you have graduated. You have graduated from University of Zambia. You have promised your parents to say, my parent, me when I will graduate, this is what I'm going to have, this is what I'm going to have for you. But later on, the child who has graduated hasn't got a job. He hasn't got a job to fulfill what he has promised to the parents. But to us, we are saying, yes, there are some ways that we can answer. There are some ways that we can do that. And we are saying, and we are still saying, our government, your government, Zambians, as we are listening, is not just watching that they cannot look into these matters. We are seriously looking into these matters. Sooner or later, mwana wina nakula. So as we are trying to solve this problem, that's why we are saying pachingoni, tukamba pachingoni. Nimangeko ni manja, mendo niendeleko. And what we are saying, patience. This country, it will change, and it is going to change because we have got formidable people who knows what they are supposed to be doing. And there was no way my president, Hakainde Hichilema, the commander-in-chief, he can forget his own Zambians who gave him a massive vote. And he's the only president since we got independence has got the highest vote as a president. 1 million difference. And on that one, I said, Zambians, congratulations. I thank you for voting my president in that way. The youth, we are saying thank you. Marketeers say thank you. We know. Kulela mwana ndauzi yakine, you can't not have all the things, roses. There will be a time when things will not okay. But let us accept, but we should find the answer. But I am saying, your government, UPND, New Dawn government, is there for you. And my president and the cabinet, all of us, we are going to change this country. And we are asking Zambians to hold hands together. Let us not allow any person to distract us from what we are seeing. By the way, there is one thing that I learned, even now when I'm moving. When you read the 3 verses of our Zambian national anthem, you can't see. I'm telling you, you read, pass it through that 3 to 4 times. You are going to learn what a Zambian is. And even these other things which people are doing, they will be questioned themselves. We have sung that song, and if each and every day when we woke up, we sing the Zambia national anthem, I don't think there can be anything wrong that we can look to each other. Our summary on that question, there are two cardinal questions which you have asked. One, the cost of living. Two, the coming in of EDIG, and the problems that when the PF are having problem, you think ourselves are having a problem. Nothing at all. We as a party, UPND, we had the problem, but these quarrels which they are having, they were there in MMD. The same things. Even in the time when you need, they were there. So it's not when you were asking something. When the police went to Secretariat, Mao Sampa reported that we want to go and operate there. But we know that our colleagues, they will come and attack us. We need your protection. And if that protection is granted to a person who is complained, even if paukande weyawantu haviri myakini wachaiwa myakini wayamba ndio myakini, but wachita report choyamba ku police, you be heard by the police. And I want to thank the police the way they maintain themselves. If you listen to the video, a lot of insults were there. You think those guys were going to go near the police, surrounding even the vehicle, pointing at the vehicle? Osatikumbusa
Mr. Micheal Chuzu. Mr. Micheal Chuzu is the UPND Special Assistant for Mobilization.
Don't remind us things which are past.
UPND
please.
Special Assistant for Mobilization in the Office of the Secretary General is my guest today, Mr. Micheal Chuzu. He is our guest, and of course, I will be giving you phone calls now because
can I finish
because people have to interact with you.
Can I finish this sentence?
Please do, and I mean it.
Okay.
Right.
Nibani muntu atakalole mwenzo chitira alusambo ngataenda kushopo ochosa vantu mabasi. I'm giving you 2 hours. Alusambo kuchitokambiratu. If you steal nice and use the money nice, you are good. And all those people which we are seeing there, who are parading with Rungu, all of them are appearing in the court. And some of them, they've got a case to answer. Do you know what it means when it's a case to answer? And you want the same people, anamanga vimanyumba vakuti vintu vyakini, you can't believe manyumba mamoto ali now, you can't believe, at the expense of Zambians. And now they say, no, we want to come back and rule this country again. Who is that Zambian who is going to allow that? The way they were being treated by cadres, the way they were seeing, the way money were being.
Let me take phone calls. Well, we lost it, but call back on 0955-221515 for your messages. Please send them to 0761-912493. That's 0761-912493. That's for your messages. But for your phone calls, call us on 0955-221515. Let's begin by picking this one. Good morning. Nashibuka febwino mkwai. Katushibena na bashubuka shane batushimishe kwa chilimba ku numoko mkwai.
Mkwai yo nashimya bachiva muri cyane.
Nilibwino muri bwanji baba.
Ati banishina.
Yo ndivye bwino nesikolo Michael.
Goba iwe anantota.
Ukwani bachizo.
Shukuru Michael.
Because UPND ni party enu. When there is something wrong in your party, condemn them. Because that will be, you'll be called a good leader. Because ngamule step into justice. Apari chirubo. Wrong is wrong. Because Ushikubu Ategelepo Mao Sampa, Ila Convention Day, was 24th October. What you wish you could Ichalo Chinweko Twapumine was not supposed to hold anything. Uriobushiku is very, very important. You're wrong, and the president is wrong, the Minister of Home Affairs is wrong, Inspector General of Police is wrong, because you cannot allow such a thing to happen on that day. Can you see? That's very, very important. I'm a freedom fighter and a senior citizen myself. You see? And secondly, Mwayabula, uyu Mao Sampa, mwanene baisa secretariat, ila secretariat, our government. That property is not for the government. Because it's a part, it's a building, it's a party. It's a club. Because Tabari ngiro kuchaba ngesa la batu mako bakapokala to close that place. At all those are wrong mistakes ikalamba sana. Because who directed that? Because nga mrefu ayakuti mupuishe PF by Chuzu tamwa ipuishe yo, and you never finish it at all. And thirdly, baebi kalungu kubwela kwabo. Kabalangira okutia na bwela in active politics kabiri nkesa imini na mu 2026. No. Badire bati na bwela in active politics mula ndo akutia namo no kutira democracy yala ona ikamukyalo until we had a convention eri omuntu umbi akasala is when I hand over to that person who will lead the party. Is what he said. He did not say na bwela nke mini na ine mule umpuisha sana bachizo. Tell your people the truth.
Handing over is what?
Advise your UPND callers.
Mbuya.
And everybody the truth.
Let him finish.
No, I want to ask me a question. Handing
No,
over from who to who?
Let me finish, Mr. Chizo. Because mule chitabu advise abantu benu in your party when there is wrong. Mwina chila mislead abantu muchalo. Baidi kalungu babwela ma politics pabuti bachite correct democracy. Because the other one is going by UPND. Because until the convention be held, Kumuntu yo Katarwa, Baedi Kalungu Bakasena hand over to him is the one who leads the party.
Thank you very much,
So,
Vashkuru.
I've told you everything.
May I ask Vashkuru? Vashkuru.
Well, he's gone.
The problem which he has.
Can I take some more calls for you? Yes, please. Good morning.
Good morning, brother moderator.
Dr. Proud.
Wachitabuno kutenga kufoni zake.
Yes.
For example, I want to correct you, Zach. There is other time when you fit one leader. You said our Republican president, he never talk about Israel. He talk. During the swearing in, he said, we don't want war in Ukraine, Russia, including Israel and the Palestinian people killing each other. When these opposition come to radio, correct them. The way he was swearing those ambassadors. Let's hope you understand, Zach.
Yes, sir.
No one, including me, I'm demanding. I was watching Prime Minister Sharon to say, you move in Palestine now. That's why Hamas are attacking on you. Including Russia, you move in Ukraine. That's why Ukraine are attacking you. So we are appealing to America to control the world. Shalom can issue so many statements, but as grab the land of Israel to come to PF. We don't have any issue to talk. You know human rights. Warungi has no human rights. He's the one president in Zambia who killed the woman during his time when he was in the state house. No any apology. But his wife, when he was arrested, Madam Esther, he cried 12 hours in the police to wait release. Are you told me my wife of Chief Mukun, he was arrested during Varungu. Is it human rights they wanted to bring? We are not going to allow Varungu to come back whatever way. We are going to mobilize voters 100 times, including a daughter with resource. I want to sleep in my home until we defeat the PS. Because if the PS win, we can lose more than the Mapes Chiburo. we can lose even some. You can't compare Zaki. Can you bring Mutwanapa, Muboma Ava Satana Chutuana Putinut? And I should do a Muboma Ava Rupia Nut. And I should do a Muboma Ava Churuvanut. What in the Muboma Ava room? That's why we have lost life. Me as a doctor proud, I don't want it to hide. I don't want it to allow Bagampiongo to come. I don't want to allow Baganganja to come. I don't want to allow Barungo to come. They have women across the first newspaper. Those youths who are chattering in slogan, they are used to work in the first newspaper. Today, our president, they are making sure Prime TV has come, Vanessa has come, City Market has come. All the people are being employed, including the civil service. So we urge you, policemen, you army, be vigilant. Don't allow PM.
Thank you, Proud.
You.
Thank you, Proud.
Very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And let me give you one more call on 0955-221515. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother there.
How are you today? Your name, sir, and where are you calling us from?
You are speaking to Siame.
Siame. Please.
Indeed, my brother.
Please go ahead, sir.
Chizu mwabombele. Ungalambonga ni Chizu,
Chuzu mkwai.
Okay, Chuzu. Yeah. Yara tushupa fwe northerners.
Abaneso ba uku. Nwaziba.
Mkwai, Basiam.
Bazaki.
Mkwai.
Abo bali tabalera nde fishinka. First of all, each political party requires constitution ya kukonga. Oloba UPND, they cannot tolerate, and they will never, let me use never, tolerate anyone do what Samba did to the Patriotic Front. I don't think the UPND can allow that. Looking at the nature of UPND, they cannot allow that. That is the fact. I'm surprised that you people, you are busy supporting illegalities in this country. If you can support the illegality which Samba did, then I am afraid with the judicial system we have in this country. Because if the judicial system is going to tolerate what Samba did, then I'm afraid as a citizen. Because you said that you are going to rule this country using the rule of law. What is your police doing at the Patriotic Front Secretariat there? What is their interest? Who instructed them to go and close the gates of the Secretariat there? What is your business as a state to the language of the Patriotic Front? What is your business? Let us be serious. You have a lot which you are supposed to handle as a party in power. Okay? Right now we are talking about the poverty of the mind you told the people of Luapula, which you are supposed to work on to ensure that that poverty of the mind is eradicated in Luapula. That is the duty you have right now. You have the duty to ensure that you reduce the commodities in this country. You have the duty to ensure that the dollar is reduced to the levels which people are expecting. How much is the dollar today? 22 per dollar in this country. In the country where the so-called economists told the Zambian people that they were going to reduce the cost of living. How much is the fuel today per liter? We have had the cancellation of cheaper fuel in this country by the Minister of Energy. What are you doing as a political party? We are aware of the awarding of the contract to the company which is facing illegal activities by the Anti-Corruption Commission in this country. But you are busy fighting the Patriotic Front, as if the Patriotic Front, when you finish fighting with them, they are going to reduce the price of meal in this country. Bazaki, people you bring on program, please ask them pertinent questions. What is it that they are doing to reduce the price of meal? When you are giving fertilizer 1 bag per farmer, what are you doing, Chizu? Can you advise your government amicably to ensure that they start doing the correct thing? You cannot give farmers one bag fertilizer and we expect hunger to be eradicated come next year.
Thank you, Vasia Memkwai. And the line actually got bad. One quick message, and then I ask you to respond. Good morning, Zach. I want to ask that guest there. Maybe he forgets fast. Mao's Sampa holds illegal conference and heavy police guard outside the premises. Again, Mao's Sampa went with cadres at PF Secretariat to break windows. After reporting the matter to police, nothing happened until now to him. Again, I remember when HH was in opposition, he called Guy Scott as the most stupid white man. No one caged him in the police cell. Remember, people were watching. People are watching. Come 2026, Kuyabebele. This is Benny Kaoma from Chipata Overspill in Lusaka. Now, as you respond, there is an issue that Vashkuru Micheal brought out to say that Independence Day is a sacred day in this country. And to find the police permitting that conference taking place on that day, he finds it shameful. He says we need to be responsible. So as you respond to all the three and plus the message, I just thought I should emphasize that point that Vashkuru Micheal, as a senior citizen, mentioned.
You see, there's one thing that I want to make ourselves very clear as UPND.
Right.
We have got nothing to do, nothing completely. What happens between Micheal Sampa and the other leaders within themselves, it's not our baby. It's not. I gave you an example to say, Micheal Sampa went to the police. Micheal Sampa, he had asked for protection. At the same time, what happened to Memorial Park? Bashuguru, what happened to the Memorial Park? You go to Memorial, what did you expect things to happen there? What did you expect? That thing, the Memorial thing, was taken just like a rally. It was a rally place. Now Bashukuru, he has forgotten that. He cannot say what happened there at that day of Memorial Park, where Sata is resting. You go and make those pronunciations, the pronunciations in that way, there. Compared to the independence that you are talking about, I'll answer it in that way. The last call I was talking that we have to be very, very, very. You see, some of this don't make UPND busy with PF. No. We don't want to be busy. It's because you are asking us to say you have got a hand. No. We haven't got a hand, not even a toe. And we are not even going to do. And we have got nothing. We are too busy to change this country for the better. We are not going to waste time with Micheal Sampa and whatever, whether they come back over Lungu, what and what. We have got nothing. These things happened before in PF. We are just giving. They were even PF used to send the police officers. I don't know why people forget these stories. The group was being sent to go and hammer Nevers, Mumba. Tear gas, he was in Rundazi. He was tear gassed by police. Nevers, Mumba, the meeting right up there in Rundazi. Who did that? Was it not the police which Mr. Lungu was heading? The government by then. Why these people have forgotten? The secretariat where Nevers Mumba was then. Who was closing? Who was chasing them? Please don't forget things easily.
Those were wrong things.
This is what now PF are saying they are wrong. What were they doing themselves? between
and
between
that wrong is not different from this wrong.
No, the thing is
That wrong is not different from this wrong.
We want to ask those people who are complaining, PF. We want to ask them.
You are justifying that what you are doing.
No, they are not saying it that we did that. Let them and said, yes, we did that. Why did they do that? In Lundazi, Nevas Mumba was addressing his own members. He was tear gassed that this meeting is illegal.
The wish of the Zambian people,
they have forgotten.
The wishes of the Zambian people are that this should come to an end, and it should never happen going forward.
You see, we are talking about politics. We are talking about politics. Me, I don't want to debate much about. I would rather debate much what we want to do to the Zambia, not what we want to. Ndeoyamba na veka. Nyamnganda mwao. Nyamnganda yao. Walipishana veka ndarama. Wozonda na veka. And you want to mutitile matika seo. No, we can't accept that. Particularly, if you are naming my president, that is the one who is putting a hand, nothing like that. And he has got no time to do that. He has got no time. His thing face is the Zambian, not the PF.
But he has the authority he has the authority to order.
Seo kwasu. Maliro mkaika uwele lini mnganda. Mwanyamula maliro, mwanyamula, vantolira. Olo mvula ya wera, munga wele lini soti kunganda. Mpaka mkaiki. That's what happened to PF. And in short, what I'm saying, I get. PF is the death of premature child. Ameno onkala maliro, wanakazi. We have got nothing to do with that. Mado donkala huko, niwala ni maliro wanakazi. Premature child. So to us, PF has got nothing. We have got nothing to do. PF will never come back. So whatever they are making that noise, that's why there is a proverb in Nyanja. I will speak it in English. The barking of a dog can never stop an elephant to drink water. I will repeat. The barking of a dog can never stop a lion to drink water. So whatever the noise is in the PF cannot make us to work, to make the government work. No. Kulira kwa imbwa njovu ingalegelini kumwa manzi baba. So it's the basic. Please don't drive us.
I would like to bring to your attention the former president, fifth president memorial. To some extent, this was supposed to be, correct me if I'm wrong, it's supposed to have government involved. It seems like ever since the demise of Michael Sata, this has never been a government issue. Or let me say, since you came into power as UPND, you've never as a government taken interest in this memorial. Do you feel that this memorial has been messed up by the Patriotic Front because they have taken it so personal?
You see,
the fact that this is a president who died while in office.
Yes. What we have to know is this. I feel pity to talk about. You know, Michael Sata is the person I've mingled with him, direct and indirect. The time when we were trying to make this, what we call the party coming together with the PF and UPND, we were in the forefront ourselves.
Right.
And there was Chirwa, the one who was, I feel bad. A person who ever reminds me about Sata, I feel bad. Because at one time, Sata, when he was at the State House as a press conference, I was the one whom Sata talked very much about me in Eastern Province. And I don't like to be driven my mouth to talk about Sata. No.
Do you feel that your government has neglected his memorial?
What I'm saying, I don't want to talk about Sata.
Let me take some more calls then. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Judge. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Can you reduce the volume on your radio, please?
Okay.
Yes, please.
This
Your
is
name,
Mulenga,
again?
Mulenga, the voice of Ruapula.
Yes, Mulenga.
Amalume Moga Bwani.
Tauko mkwasuma ukati yani mwadiaka lesomba. Have eaten a fish already?
Natu ya boss.
Thank you, boss.
Ichakubalira po ama president yonse yotwamona olo muri bakaunda twali bakadoli bakaunda bali kweti omukishi balisa bakiruba ukutolokero kwisa pali balungu first time mukumona po president ukweteti yakukika kitobuyingi lukwakero baleteeka balungu abantu abafuire obwingi ebo baleuma abengi including bakapokola baleumwa amapi bakapokola bakinga mafyeridini ero tuyingira ekati bakapokola balungu lukwati abantu basingira obwingi bati kusabula omwana wabo apanga press briefing first time wali munako abaana bakwayo kyeki bali pa social media olwo mwali batambako bali ku TV kyonse kirafirelangisa okweba ati baledigalungu ma problems eka andi takipiribula okweba ati wenga waba president nangu waba MP nishaba nobeta bakwata amano nangu waba minister nishaba nobeta bakwata amano abakwata amano muno mu Zambia bantu abengi sana abakwe bati kuti batungulule ekyalo kya Zambia so nishibalungu bena balelanda ati bali ba president futi babwekere pali bu president nishibalende bati abena kala babena tabakwata amano Fred Membe tabakwata amano oli bakishala kateka teki bateke ekyalo kwa mufe balungu ifi yakukitobungu lukwati pame mojo kuti mwamfako nensoni pachiro mwe bantepo mingala mukuteka live pachiriro namulenga sata naye nepwali ale kupana amafoto pala naye namulenga sata moneka kwa something longu ulyo mulendole katishinga nishi mutunguru kuti wakitala awo abantu balekitabira pachiro pali bawiso nawe uletamba nokutamba firafine fili balungu lukwati bajibiem bali mpetu na balungu nga mwayibukisha video ya audio ya eyo banantani ba GPM bali na bachimba kambuiri na ground yefe balandire ba GPM balandira ati kushema usampa bali kusheba chimba kambuiri kushema usampa nga aba president we kambuiri kuti akulaba bati lero ba GPM bali apeti bali kitapulitendi ukweba ati aba batemo ba Edgarungu mwala mona 2026 ndempera for example kuri kanchivia constituency imwe mulende bati sande chanda kesa na PF ya sande chandeweka nga yafika 2026 2025 mukamona ama MP abengi muri abakemini na PF ewe la PF mu 2026 nga bakakwata candidate presidential candidate yeshoko sana because ilango yabalela ndapobengi sana okweba ilango ikesa pitira na 2026 nani waleta problem ni wa Edgarungu ebaleta problem because balelo nga bashitiko design yona pali design apa pene we kuti wapapa sana abantu abakalamba ama statement balepera ba PF muri ama statement yabiri bambi ku cabinet yati bali twala nani kane ya kuchita design bali twala kalata mu PF balela ndati bali separizi bambi balela kuti bakufulunganya na malo mwaji
bamulenga kashita na totera mkwai not hotel. We hear you, sir. We hear you. You want to comment?
Yes,
please.
You see, when you look at Edgar Lungu, Amalume, I don't like talking the former president before on my mouth. The reason is simple. The respect that you give any person who is a former president, and you look at him, the way how he talks, I don't know whether sometimes he's being taken over by the group which is being surrounded with him. I don't understand. Each time when he's in the group, you find out, even you go to court, he's Arina Mumbi hapa, he's talking, he's working. You go this side. No, I'm going to deal with the HH, what and what, I'll take him. Alungu. Whoever is advising Alungu is not good. You see, sometimes I don't, and I want to respect Alungu as much as I could with my mouth. And because I am a mature politician, there's no way I can insult Edgar Lungu. Why Edgar Lungu? Na papata, please, me, I can't announce malume ava. Koma, ava bantu bankala now. I kept on saying, you see, Emmanuel Mwamba, I want to, this one, once I tell you the truth, this is how it is. When you look at Given Lubinda, I was with him in UPND. We had a meeting, convention. Lubinda wanted to bring in Levi Mumba in UPND as the Secretary General. Lubinda. We refused. Myself, I went and talked to Lubinda. You cannot bring a Levi Mumba to be the Secretary General of UPND. We stopped that. Now Lubinda. And Lubinda came back to me. They choose, you have done this. You are a Satan. Mwana wa Satana wewe. Lubinda. Coming to Emmanuel Mwamba. Emmanuel Mwamba, the time when Chiruba, before Chiruba died, he said, I will never allow Sata to go and win Ruapula. But suddenly what happened? Sata died. Chiruba died. Who was there? The time when, who was there? Who died? The time when Chiruba died. It was Emmanuel Mwamba. Emmanuel Mwamba was there. And after a small period of time, Sata, my stage, Emmanuel, crossed over to PF. The question which I asked the PF is, what is it that Emmanuel Mwamba did better for him to be rewarded by PF? That at that time, they even put him a PS. And when he became to be a PS, myself, Michael Chuzu, in Eastern Province, I said, and I'm still saying, we cannot allow Emmanuel Mwamba to be a PS here in Eastern Province because his hands is unclean. His hands are not clean. Myself. And Sata insulted me. He made a press conference. Sata insulted me. Chuzu nikawarara. Chuzu alibenyumba. Chuzu sana punzire. Iwe Emmanuel Mwamba, you must go to Eastern Province. Emmanuel Mwamba didn't stay long. Only 2 weeks he was transferred because I was too vocal for him. Tumfuna nilini kunogumawa. Avera enze kwati yona Chiruba. Avera. So tezowaita Chiruba, tezowaita kuti ni mulamu. Avera na adade pachingoni. Adade, CC. And I said, uyu mwana uyu, his hands is not clean. Aliyo ujiwe ziko kuti iziwe kuti kocha pa ya mulamu ni chinji. Now, this is the person now, also, he has got a case, which is appearing in court. Lubinda is having a case in court. Bomani is in. All those, do you know what type of cases they have got? Those are not civil cases.
Let's.
Can I finish? Because some people, they don't know what type of these people are.
No, but those people are not here to defend themselves.
No, they cannot defend. You see, these are the people why
you can accuse them as much as you can. I mean, they are not here to defend themselves.
They're insulting my president.
No,
I am not going to allow Lubinda to insult my president. I'm not going to allow.
You do
Nakachinda insulting my president.
You do that to them.
I'm a politician.
No, but you do that.
I
to
have
them
to protect my president.
As and when they insult.
I have to protect my party.
But on this program,
yes,
is not where they insulted the president. So you can't use this program to defend yourself or defend the president in that regard. If that was done elsewhere, please find a way of responding to them and the platform to respond to them. This platform, I would like us to be civil in our discussions. Yes. And let's not discuss individuals that may not be here to defend themselves. So my concern now is, because obviously we're running out of time and we should be wrapping it up now soon. My concern now is that we have messages here, which I would like to read a few of them on Facebook.
Mark, before you leave,
Yes.
do you know why my office is? My office, I protect the Secretary General of the party. It's where I am.
I would like
my office.
I don't disagree with you.
Let me finish.
I don't
my
disagree with
office
you.
Protects the president of the Republic of Zambia.
If your president
anything
if
to do with those people, no.
If the president is insulted by a caller here, I will allow you to do that. But if Emmanuel Mamba insulted the president elsewhere, we will not settle that matter from here. That's basically what I'm saying. Yes, that's all
annoys me.
I know, but yes. Calm down, and let's have a conversation. Now, let me probably give you a call. Sorry, we lost that, but it's 0955-221515 if you'd like to come through. And for those that are sending us messages, please send them to 0761 912493. Let me pick this call, and I'll give you some messages as well. Good morning.
Yes, Mr. Zaki, good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name, sir, and where you're calling us from?
Simple Canio.
Simple Canio.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yes. I think the gestures for media is speaking so well.
Right.
Yes, and I've got some liberations which the nation must take seriously. I was recently one of the Central Committee members, from Patriot Front, on that people talk like the finish.
Right.
And he made a reservation where he said the former president, he didn't resign from active politics. He just went on a list. Now, I'm left to wonder, someone has gone on the list, but in the cabinet office, he wrote a letter to say I have resigned from active politics. And by virtue of resigning from active politics, the Zambian people has been paying all the benefits which is supposed to enjoy as a former head of state. But someone today comes and starts telling the nation that this person, no, he didn't resign, but he just went on the break. Now, if he just went on a break, why did they write a letter so that he had resigned on the active politics? And why did he continue receiving benefits from the Zambian people when they knew too well that he went on a leave? And the number two issue, he has made it clear to say that he is the president of Patriotic Front President up to 2026. Now, if they know that he is the president of Patriotic Front up to 2026, why did they call members to start paying him 200,000 so that they go for a pension?
Yes.
And we can get the hello?
Yes.
Yes.
And conclude, please. Yes.
Now, those are serious revelations which these people they are revealing the nation, of which some of us only have been saying that these people they play monkey trick. They are proof. This is what we mean. Because what they are reported and what they are saying and what the Constitution says, it is different from what they are saying. As for me, these are issues which as a nation now we must take seriously and follow and ensure that if President Lungu was getting the benefit out of the project, such money must be paid back to the state so they belong to the Zambian people.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Simple Canel, for that. I'll take two more calls and then we'll close after on 0955-221515. This is the Tuesday edition of the Burning Issue. My guest today is Mr. Micheal Chuzu, UPND Special Assistant for Mobilization in the Office of the Secretary General. And we've discussed quite a number of issues pertaining to the UPND in government. But then let's quickly move as we close into your role as a special assistant for mobilization. The environment now, politically, I'll let you know that the environment now politically feels like 2026 is next year.
You see,
that's the environment now.
Listen, don't dramatize in that form. It's a journey. This country has got a constitution. Constitution.
Right.
This country, it has got laws. This country, even in Zambia, they know that elections, to lose power, it's not an easy thing. When you see these people, they are giving a press conference. The only person who was giving a press conference and laughing is the member of Mafinga. Laughing is having a press conference. Go and listen and watch to the press conference that these people are having. They are so annoyed, upset from nowhere. So I am telling you, and I want to make your minds. Let we politicians make you as if elections is coming tomorrow. Rest. Do your own business. The way as not as the environment, Hakainde Ichilema has created the environment as smooth as ever. Do your own business. Businessmen, just do your business. Marketeers, do your business. Never make yourself busy because there's a confusion in the PF. Forget about it. Mwewa, compound ikulu ngati vana nakazavire ochayana mkomba. They shouldn't make you a sleepless night. Leave them. They'll sort themselves out. To us, we are aging as a part, as a person in the mobilization. One, I'm just coming from Ngabwa elections. Ngabwa. Just after Kawi. The atmosphere was as good as ever. Where UPND participated, PF participated, Socialist Party, we were shaking hands and so forth. We voted nicely. You can't believe what is happening in Lusaka, Bwana. In other areas, things are just normal. You see here where in Lusaka you want to dramatize and copper build other people. Don't confuse Zambians. Zambians, they know what it is, what is going to come. We voted there in Ngam. PF came number 3 from themselves. The PF should make themselves to say, why is Socialist Party is beating us? As yesterday we are in government. They should blame themselves. Were there any fight in Ngabwa? No. Why did they lose to be number 3? All the elections, some of the areas is 0, 0, 0. With a ruling party for 2 months, you lose that type of grip. Who are you? Why don't you advise nicely to Edgar? And when they are saying they are going to hand over power to who? Who is you handing over to? At what point? Is he the president of the party? No. So these are the things that the Zambians nampapatira ni mose mazambian maka avemba mwe avemba tentikola ratulo ino niziko nilaso. Just right now the atmosphere bwana, you never expect anyone apart from a thief, but this time you can walk in Lusaka kunyangwa. You know kunyangwa? Be proud. This is your own Zambia. Police officers, they do their own thing. Nothing like the way you can't find the tear gas anywhere. We have created the atmosphere for a Zambian. So these people, they shouldn't confuse us. They are small boys. They were boys, but now they are small boys. Even if they have got money, even if I will use the word that given Ruving Mwanyala wa PF Mwanyala. As I hold the office of mobilization, me, I don't sleep.
Are you happy that there's that confusion in,
no,
in the opposition?
A normal politician, you can be very happy whatever is happening there. Because they're insulting each other. They are bringing enmity between ourselves. We cannot engineer enmity. No.
Is it a blessing in disguise for you as UPND that the second large, I mean the largest opposition is fighting?
Listen, 73 tribes in Zambia. 73. The harmony and the peace. That's why I told you, sing the Zambia national anthem. Our PF mino imba lini nyimbo. Kutaimbe nyimbo ya Zambia national anthem. They cannot behave. What we are devising, Mwamvera Mdala said, mwe wa PF, ngalani pansi, mayo sampa, ni wa PF. Our Luvinda, na PF. Everyone, ni wa PF. Why don't you sit down? As a family, sit down. When you sit down, it is them. This one goes to court. No, mayo sampa expelled. No one what? Why? Mukokwe mutu kila kwanji kumakoti. Just sit down, brother, please. Mwina pakuta alungu awerera. Alungu, ko sampa, ko everyone who is there. Nkalani pansi. Vintu vusila na kukulavishana. Vintu vusila na kukambilana. I'll give you a very practical example, which ourselves we did in UPND in 2006. When we had a problem with Scott Winner, the party was shaking bwana. Akainde Chilema, very brilliant man. We traveled to Western Province. We traveled to Western Province to go and consolidate ourselves. There we are now. Our colleagues in 2006 Western Province went out from the Chan, from UPND. But to us, there was no fight. To us, we never fought with Sokuya Squad. I mean, win. We never, Sokuya Squad. We never fought. Oh, what it is, it was clearly we sat down with our colleagues. No, this is our party. The way we cannot destroy. You remember when we go to elections, we lost badly. People in Western Province, they didn't vote for UPND. We went down. But Hakainde Chilema, the national management sat down. What are we going to do? Gentlemen, let's go and sit down. We sat down. Me, I'm coming from Eastern Province. And that's why Hakainde said, my cabinet is going to be one Zambia, one nation. I am coming from Eastern Province. We have got Levi Ngoma, who is the advisor to the president. We have got Mtolo Piri, a cabinet, Minister of Agriculture. PS, we have got Mlengas. We have got Nkandus in the government, in the Chani cabinet. That's the way how to settle things in the country. Because when you consider the 73 tribes, you put them together, unite. Even if PF fights each other, the Zambians will never be shaken. And the last word that I'm trying to say, I'm appealing to PF. Sit down mweo nkalani pansi. Ntawi ikaliko. Munkangale pansi. Alungu. Ngati nizoona you were sitting in the cabinet. You used to talk to your ministers. You used to even bring everybody. Mukia kuchecha alungu na ime. Osa saweliza bantu. You can't call your friend Micheal Samba masquerading. When he's a member of PF, let's sit together, mawanta mulungu. Kapena muli ya abusa benemene, sangampo na abusa, amena nga kwikeni pansi. Micheal Samba group and the Luwinda's group, put them together. We don't want this nuisance which is now in PF. Ngalani pansi. When you solve this problem, in fact, we want PF to be a very good opposition. Ati uje. Ime wa UPND apasimu chitabwino. That's the way we should run this country. We want a very strong, after all they have got many members of the parliament. But now they want what? They want to suspend other people. Once you expand, you reduce your number. What happens? Are you safe when it comes to immunity ya lungu? Muwaike mavuto. Milandu yakini yechita lungu niwe veri niwe chita. Ewa chita ni wayao. Iwele iwa kwele. Ikoba kwela kukuya kuma high court. Mukaweko lini alupia banda. I'm giving you an example. Alupia banda when he lost a case. Uyu nani kani uyu? Bowman Lusambo. Eza kuti die hard. He was not living there. It was me, Douglas Siakalim. We were escorting a banda as a tush. Onani, wamineze nao onsanitaba. Nidine katete. Wamineze kulia nao wataba. Tili kukoti. Alungu ivinifa ngulungu. Milandu yao ikowe. Ala umuona sasa fikako. Because even themselves have got cases. Alungu, please na papata. Alungu. Sit down as a PF member. Sit down with all those. When you make everything all quiet, go to convention. Mukasanga pangani imozi PF. Later on, munkare otsutsa abwino ku UPND. Tizaba ombera manja. I'll be one of those who are going to clap hands. I am speaking this because it pains me. we are one Zambia, one nation, and one nation, one people. Why should allow? Why? Muzi wali ni mami chingaoneke. Veka mwamene mwalako menyana. Tikumbuke kuti aba bantu ni mandeo. Veka mwamene mwala wachenche nani ga. Wachenche nani. They will be fighting there. Wherever they want to assemble, wakoita police. A police wela ni kuno mchitandize angatimenyi. Vila vevezitega kwa. Oyopa. America one. Chanchan one. Once bajangati baungana. Imwe.
Mr. Chuzu. Thank you very much.
We want peace.
For coming, and thank you very much for honoring our invitation.
What is he going to do? If even myself, he tells me, Chuzu, if you want to work, you're the party. The government cannot give you even 50,000 kwacha for you to live. Go and fight for yourself. And now you're telling us we are spending time with Micheal Sam Imwe. PF, stop it. That is a nuisance. Osatiamba, osatitira matika PF.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Some of these things, when you are bringing problems to the nation, like PF, they want to make Zambians for busy, for nothing. For nothing. Us as a UPND with Hakainde Hichilema as the commander-in-chief, we have got a duty to do better for Zambians. And that's the agreement we made. That's why we have got a party which has got no constitution, a party which has got no a manifesto. You can't live. That's why even them, banali pachipante vinkongole mbwe, vantu ovuti kotine nilamo nomba se.
Thank you very much for coming, Mr. Chuzu, and all the best in your new capacity as a special assistant for mobilization in the office of the Secretary General. I can only wish you all the best. It's not an easy job to mobilize, but we can wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Yes.
Well, that's what we had for you today on our Tuesday edition of the Burning Issue. Remember, we're back on this Thursday with yet another edition. Find out how that one will be, but I can assure you it will be quite an interesting program. Don't miss it. So thank you for listening, and thank you to our partner radio stations for carrying this program live. Until then, take care of yourselves and more so of each other. Bye-bye.
Tune in next week for another edition of The Burning Issue, and thank you for your participation.